We welcome you out to wine country for the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series 2018 season, as this is race 8, and we head to the first road course of the season, the first of 2 stops on the NASCAR Goes Right Tour. We have 32 of NASCAR's top drivers lined up on the grid, waiting for the anticipation of this road event. It's going to be bumping and banging door to door, as this is a much complicated, more intense racetrack that we have seen like anything besides probably Daytona. This is one of the most uncharacteristic tracks. We have both left and right turns, heavy braking zones. We have the infamous S's, and if you spin out, you're going straight into the sand, and it's not going to be good. You got to go through this heavy braking zone of turn 11. It's a very complicated course, and it is going to be a true challenge for these drivers, and especially we have 4 races left to decide who makes the 2018 playoffs. That playoff cutoff is emerging quickly, and there are a lot of drivers that want to either establish wins, get some playoff points, or just simply make the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr., he's starting first. He's a great road racer. He actually won this race last year. He has a great car today. We're going to see what he can do. Aj Allmendinger in third. He has been a great road course racer, but this season has not been great for him at all. Let's look at some of his stats. This year, he has 3 DNFs, an average finish of 26. But at road courses, he has 1 win, 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s. This could be a great day for him. Brad Keselowski, he's starting 12th. He's looking for redemption from last year when he got bumped out of the way by Martin Truex Jr. Look for that to be a factor today. And then we have Kurt Busch starting in the 17th position. He's a great road course racer. On and off, he's looking to build momentum here today. Alex Bowman, as he starts very deep in the field. He starts 29th in his first road course race in a couple years. He needs to have a solid day as he's 16th in the standings. And now it's time to look at your Mountain Dew Baja Blast starting lineup for the Toyota Mar 350. Like we documented earlier, Martin Truex Jr., the defending winner of the Sonoma race in the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series, alongside Daniel Suarez. Aj Allmendinger, he won the 2016 race. He could have some great momentum here today. And then we have Kyle Larson alongside. Ryan Blaney, he's the king of getting playoff points besides wins. And then we have Kyle Busch. He is second in the points, looking to gain on Kevin Harvick, who starts in the next row. Last weekend's Pocono winner, and then Clint Boyer. He's really great at the road courses. Joey Logano at Sonoma, he hasn't been the greatest compared to Watkins Glen. And then we have Jamie McMurray, both of them looking for great days. Jimmy Johnson, he's hoping to keep up the consistency, but he also wants some speed out of that car, alongside Brad Keselowski, who we know is great at road courses. Still looking for his first road course win. Chase Elliott and Ryan Newman, since this isn't a speed-dependent track, could we see the Chevrolet Camaros come into play? And then we have underdogs, Chris Buescher and Michael McDowell. Great qualifying efforts for them in 15th and 16th. Kurt Busch and Austin Dillon round out the next row here, some consistent road course racers. And we have Eric Jones. He absolutely hates this place, but he's looking to have a solid outing today. Maybe he can get better at it, and Denny Hamlin alongside. And then we have more underdogs here, David Reagan and Matt DiBenedetto. A consistent season so far for David Reagan. Could he be an underdog to make the playoffs? Then we have Trevor Bayne, an abysmal 30th in points, looking for a consistent day today alongside Paul Menard. Casey Kane, this is going to be his last season. He wants to go out with a bang. Can he get up to the front if all chaos breaks loose alongside Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? Both of them aren't the greatest at this track, but they're looking to improve. Alex Bowman, his first start at the Sonoma Raceway since 2016, and then alongside Bubba Wallace making his first road course start, alongside William Byron. This is his first start here in wine country, and then Gray Gaulding rounds out the field. Now it's time for your KFC honorary starter for the Sonoma race here in the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series. Your honorary starter is Brownie 13. Before we start this race, let's look at the logistics and the characteristics of making a lap at the Sonoma Raceway. So you head by the start-finish line into turn 1. You are going to shift into the second gear through the elevation change, and through turn 2 and turn 3, you make a couple left and right-hand turns. And as you head down into turn 4, you are going to hit the rumble strips and you are going to fly. You are going to bounce around. As you head into turn 7, you are going to shift to first gear and try to get through that right-handed turn, and then you go into the S's. Into turn 8, you're going to shift into the third gear as you are going down the elevation chains. And as you go into turn 9 and turn 10, you're going to shift it back to first gear, get through turn 11. Be careful not to hit anybody. And then when you get past that, you are going to master it. You get to go back to the third gear, and you have mastered one lap at the Sonoma Raceway. And now it's time to send these drivers on an 8-lap journey. Not only are we turning left today, but we are also turning right. 11 turns to be exact. The green flag is waving, and we are racing at the beautiful backdrop known as the Sonoma Raceway. Whoa, Ryan Blaney does not brake heavily into turn 11, and he clips Daniel Suarez. A lot of chaos, a lot of action on that first lap as they enter through turn 2, and now they are shifting into second gear, and they are going by turn 4, hitting that rumble strips like we were talking about, and they are bouncing around here as they enter turn 7. They are braking hard, trying to make it through the corners. Martin Truex Jr. leads the field through the S's as he is still looking for his second win on the year, looking to gain more playoff points after getting locked in to the playoffs with his win at Atlanta. Everyone gets through turn 11 unscathed as winner lap 3. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Kurt Busch gets clipped by Eric Jones. He's going to try to get it back around. Eric Jones, heavy smoke coming out of the 20. We better hope it dies down, or otherwise we might need a full course caution. Meanwhile, back out front, Martin Truex Jr., Aj Allmendinger, Kyle Busch breaking through turn 7. And now the NITCS officials are now confirming the smoke on Eric Jones's car is now dying down. However, he is back to the 30th position. It looks like another rough day here in wine country for the young sophomore in the number 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. And now 1 lap to go before we start awarding some halfway bonus points. And now if all ends well, the big beneficiary is going to be hands down Jimmie Johnson, now in the 7th position. He's going to get 4 points toward his championship total. And now you see where the other drivers are running. Alex Bowman and Paul Menard are side by side in the mid-20s. Eric Almirola is just a little bit ahead of them. But coming off of turn 11, Martin Truex Jr. is going to gain 3 more playoff points as he wins the halfway bonus here in Sonoma. And we have trouble in turn 11. Alex Bowman clips Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's up the racetrack. No caution as he is out of the way. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski clears Glenn Boyer for the 4th position, and now he sets his sight on Kyle Busch. He started all the way back in the 12th position. What a remarkable drive for Brad Keselowski here on the Sonoma Road Course as they head through the S's. Kevin Harvick and Logano side by side, as well as Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. But now Brad Keselowski, what a veteran move. He's going to duck down and get past Kyle Busch. What an excellent move by the Blue Deuce. As you can see, the field now braking hard into turn 11, trying to get through without any such issues. And that's not going to be easy as Bubba Wallace gets clipped by Kurt Busch and into William Byron. The 2 rookies collide in turn 11. And the rough day continues for those rookies as William Byron is getting absolutely schooled out here, no pun intended, even though he drives for Liberty University. As they break down through turn 7 again, and now they're going to shift back into third gear, some side-by-side racing action. And David Reagan, he gets loose, and Trevor Bayne gets collected as well, but he keeps going as through turn 11 again, we have 2 laps to go. The field has been in the tire tracks of Martin Truex Jr. the entire day. It's been a dominating performance as Chris Buescher moves up a spot. Great day for him. And now Allmendinger looking low. He's going to clip Martin Truex Jr. Up the racetrack he goes. Now Brad Keselowski is going to try to make it 3 wide. And he is going to take the lead. Brad Keselowski with a gutsy move into turn 7. He's going to take that spot as Allmendinger gets clipped by Martin Truex. He was not very happy about how he was bumped out of the way, and Martin Truex Jr. retaliates. Aj Allmendinger is going to fall about to the 15th position. His chances to get a win and lock himself into the playoffs today are over. Meanwhile, one lap to go here in Sonoma. Martin Truex Jr. hounding down Brad Keselowski. See if he can get around. He's going to try to cut the corners here. He gets him a bump, and Brad Keselowski goes up the track. Martin Truex Jr. retakes the lead, but Kyle Busch now battling Keselowski. Looks like he's going to fend him off, and he's going to head into turn 7. Can Brad Keselowski catch back up to Martin Truex Jr., get on his back bumper, and make that move to try to get this win? Martin Truex Jr. in command in turn 11. Keselowski's going to go a little bit lower, all over the back bumper of Martin Truex Jr. As they come off turn 11, Keselowski gets into it. Martin Truex Jr. hard into the wall. And just like last year, except for reverse rolls, there is chaos here in the last corner of Sonoma, but this time Brad Keselowski takes the win here at the Sonoma Raceway, and Martin Truex Jr. with a hard hit and a big crash to end this race. What a finish. What a throwback to last year's race. On throwback weekend, Truex into the wall, Harvick, Jimmy Johnson with a damaged race car, as well as Clint Bowyer. Oh my goodness, Sonoma Raceway. You have done it again. Let's watch this finish again. So Allmendinger, so he first bumps Martin Truex Jr. out of the way. Keselowski gets a great run, goes 3 wide to take the lead. But Martin Truex Jr. wasn't too happy with Aj Allmendinger. He punts him out of the way. But then Truex moves Keselowski out of the way. And then as we head into turn 11, last-ditch effort, Brad Keselowski puts him into the wall, and we're going to reflect back on last year's race between Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. If you guys don't know or you haven't watched last year's race, Larson and Truex making contact. Keselowski bumps him out of the way, but then Truex makes the crossover move, bumps him out of the way and into the wall. And here we go this year. This time Keselowski waits to make his move, and he bumps Truex, turns him into the wall, and for the entire two-team Discount Tire and Team Penske, Brad Keselowski has that American flag. He's doing his burnout, and now he's going to salute the fans that came out and paid. They saw a great race out here in California, and this is one we remember for the ages. So congrats to the number 2 of Nash Weinstein for winning today's race, and most importantly, locking into the playoffs. So here are your results. Brad Keselowski first. Kyle Busch, can you believe it? Quiet day for him in second. Then Clint Bowyer in third. Nice day for him. Ryan Blaney fourth. Martin Truex Jr. fifth. Then we have Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick, who were involved in that crash. They still get a top 10 finish, which is good. Joey Logano in 8th. How about Chris Buescher in 9th? Great day for him. Great day for JTG Doherty Racing. And Jamie McMurray in 10th. His first top 10 of the year. Chase Elliott in 11th. Then we have Kyle Larson, Ryan Newman, and Aj Allmendinger. 4 Chevys in a row. And Aj Allmendinger, he's got to be a little bit disappointed. He had a great car, but he just got dumped by Martin Truex Jr., and he finishes mid-pack. Almirola in 15th. Then we have Michael McDowell with a great day. Trevor Bayne, nice outing for him, getting into the top 20. And then we have Austin Dillon, Matt DiBenedetto, and then Alex Bowman rounds out the top 20. Denny Hamlin with an abysmal 21st. I expected a lot more out of Denny Hamlin today. He's been a great road course racer. I'm surprised he was down in the 21st position, but he had a lot of bad luck mixed in. And then we have Paul Menard, Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez, a lot of big names down here on this third page. And then we have Casey Kane, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., David Reagan, Greg Galding, and Eric Jones. A lot of these drivers were involved in incidents and spins today, and that really derailed how the race played out. And then 2 rookies, William Byron and Bubba Wallace, round out the field in 31st and 32nd. And now let's take a look at the NITCS 2018 point standings after 8 races. Kyle Busch takes over the points lead from Kevin Harvick, as he is 1 point ahead of Kevin. And then we have Brad Keselowski in the 3rd spot. He's still fairly alive in this race. Those 3 could have a great battle for the regular season championship. And then we have Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Logano, Kurt Busch, Clint Bowyer, Eric Jones, and Ryan Blaney, who are rounding out the top 10, looking to get some playoff points for getting in the top 10. And then we have Chase Elliott in 11th. He's at a consistent start. And then Kyle Larson and Daniel Suarez are locked in. But now let's look at the playoff cutoff. Almirola in 14th. Jimmy Johnson cracks the top 16 as now he is 15th in points. And then we have Paul Menard. Alex Bowman is 7 points now behind Menard. Austin Dillon's also in a lurking position. And Jamie McMurray and David Reagan. You never know how the next couple of races could go. And certainly they could find themselves in a points position. So race number 9, we continue the NASCAR Goes Right segment of the season. As we head to Watkins Glen, we have seen a ton of chaotic finishes and crashes. It is going to be a very dangerous race next weekend for a lot of the drivers in terms of getting in on points and trying to win the race. But anyways, today we saw a great race, and once again, for the second race in a row, no cautions, even though there was a big crash in the end. The big takeaway I got from this race, Martin Truex Jr. once again has a steady, fast car. He surely showed that speed, but with this track, with the chaotic mentality it had, it really put Martin Truex Jr. out of that driver's seat. It really benefited the driver who was right behind and had the momentum. And that's where drivers like Aj Allmendinger and Brad Keselowski made those moves, and ultimately the 2 team and Brad Keselowski were able to lock themselves into the playoffs. This should be a team to watch down the road, and this looks like a great season so far. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we have 3 races to go to decide the playoffs. Should be a good one.